Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pone, but today we're going to be talking a little bit about the Crota raid, the second half of the Crota raid. I put a video up a few days ago on how to accomplish beating the thralls in the bridge portion. If you need to know how to do that, I'll leave a video link down in the description below. Put it in the annotations for you guys so you guys can see that part before you get this far if you have yet to do it. Now, this method is going to be pretty interesting because as far as I know, almost everyone always uses the left method to kill Crota. Ours is the middle method, so hopefully you can enjoy this one because I prefer it to the left one. So, first things first, this part, the singer. Now, as you can see that we have a wizard out here. You have to go all the way back behind that pillar there, right where the wizard is right now, touch it and run out to bait them out. You have to kind of bait them out so you can start killing them. So you need to have one lucky tribute, run in there, touch the button, run out real quick, and then you just get up into those positions, 3 on each side, and you start killing all the creatures. At that point, you just start, you know, she's going to prepare her song, you're just going to start killing things. Then you have to burn time and kill as many of these creatures as you can over this little period. So, with that, as always, you kill the creatures, kill as many as you can. She prepares her song. This is where things get tricky. During this portion, you can choose to kill the shriekers on the inside. There's 1 on each side. Doing this really doesn't hurt anything. I prefer to save them to the end if you've got, you know, jelly horns and a lot of really, really strong players ready to go in there and demolish things. Once she actually does start the liturgy, you have like 30 seconds of where she stands still. So if you need 10 seconds to kill the shriekers and then just run in there with explosives, it's extremely easy to do. And that's the method we use right now. Of course, like I said, you could always kill the shrieker beforehand. I prefer saving her to the end. That's just me. So we come in here, both sides are responsible, 3 on each side, drop the Shrieker. Shrieker explodes, watch out for the shrapnel. So you're going to jump over everything and pretty much keep jumping the whole time. You just got to hippity hop and avoid all the little ground creatures. But as you can see, there's just a Jellyhorn party in here. She's dead, missed my melee, we all got killed. But now what do? Now everybody's got to scatter, get out of there in one piece, and then try to kill the remaining knights, so on and so forth. And then that's it. Quite easy. The only downfall of this whole thing is there are no materials for this part. This part can actually get quite challenging for a lot of people, and there are no shards, nothing to drop, which I'm kind of upset. I don't know if it's a bug, or I don't know if what's happening, but in my opinion, they need to fix that. So that's that. Now we're moving on over to Crota. So as you can see, you have to stand by this giant egg shard thingy here in the middle area. You're going to get the presence of Crota, which is a debuff that stops your teammate from regenerating health. The only way that this can change is by picking up the chalice, which is located in the middle of the map. You clear out the acolyte and the 2 knights on each side, and you start to make your way out of there. You have 1 chalice runner go out there, grab the chalice, and bait the sword bearer back to middle. Now, this left side is generally where most people do it. Our method's a little bit more different, and I believe it's safer. So, therefore, I find it more valuable. So, if you guys have never seen the middle method, share it with your friends, try it out personally. It's very, very easy to do, very, very comfortable to do. So, what you need to do, first things first, have the chalice runner out there, have everybody kill knights. Now, you can do this from the left side, or you can do this from the middle, because it's extremely easy to kill these knights without ever dying. I mean, I don't even know if any of us die during this portion, because it's extremely easy to do. So, if you want to avoid having to deal with oversouls and other things, go with it. So, as you can see, I'm in this position right there. As I backed up into that corner, you can go over to the left corner to see the right knights, and that's what I'm saying. If you have 2 guys with icebreakers, 1 on left side to shoot right knights, 1 on right side to shoot left knights, the knights are out of the picture, and it's pretty safe. The thralls pretty much come to the steps, and they're like, yeah, I don't like this, man. That's too big a jump. And then they just back up. So you never have to worry about getting hit by knights. You never have to worry about getting hit by thralls. The only thing that comes down to the area that I'm at right now is the sword bearer. Upon dropping the sword bearer right here at the stairs, you call out to your guy. Tell him to go. You let him know when you're at 50% health so he knows what to do, and then you let him know if he's at 25% health. And when we call the 25% health, or he's at a quarter health, that's when the sword bearer needs to get up there. He's actually in this little purgatory kind of a pose. Before he even kneels down, he's vulnerable to being hit. You can get in an extra 4 or 5 hits easily before he's even kneeled down. So, it's always good to learn how to do that. Personally, we weren't that, I guess, savvy with it. This is our first guy who's running the sword with us for the first time. But for the most part, that works. As you saw, though, every once in a while, he gets a run off to one of the sides, and sometimes he gets away. That doesn't happen too often, especially if you burst him down quickly. We generally take the Vision of Confluence method, where we shoot him and peg him down to give our guy a little bit of a head start to get over to that left side. If you have like a Warlock or a Titan, you guys can start snipering him and rocketing him the first time because he could just jump from middle up there. But if you're waiting for like a Hunter or somebody that's not too confident in their sword abilities, you're going to want to use something like the Vision of Confluence and slowly tap them down, giving him time to get over to the left side before he has to jump up there and get up there. So, That's that method. As you can see, the first wave's down. Sword Bear's already back here, ready to get pummeled. So we start dropping him. People have already taken care of the knights on the side. So now he picks up the sword. We start pegging at him. We'll call it, he's at 50% health. And then, right at 25%, go. And that's how it works. So now you can see he's starting to go now. And he got up there a little late, but again, that's the whole process. Now, this is where on the second part where we pull out the rockets and try to drop them instantly. The jelly horns and all the heavy ammo just put this guy down really, really quick. And as you can see right there was a perfect example of he didn't get away and run away. When it happens, but you could still easily get to this and complete this. And as you can see, nobody's died, nobody's been killed. We're doing a good job at staying safe while dropping the knights. Extremely easy method. I think it's far safer to avoid cursed thralls from the left side, to avoid thralls period, things spawning behind you, getting, wrecked by knights that come out of nowhere. This is generally the safest method. After you've dropped 2 sword bearers, you have to come back to this little pool room back here, the kiddie pool. And it's generally a good thing to have a Titan, not necessary, but especially if you have icebreakers, you can keep making the ogres flinch. After every 2 sword bearer kills, ogres start spawning, 2 of them. And they are quite heavy hitters, so you're going to want to try to put down a bubble on one of the sides or something like that. Get some weapons of light if you can. And if not, of course, icebreakers are good to just kind of keep them in place and stop them from moving. You nail those headshots over and over again. These guys aren't even going to be able to fire a single head laser beam at you because you're just going to keep them in that pose right there. As you can see, he's just going to keep flinching. Nothing to it. After this second kill right there, you can move on out and you can continue defeating Crota as usual. Now, after the ogres, there's a little bit of a downtime before the sword bearer comes out that third time. During this period is where you need to take that opportunity to kill the knights, but don't go straight out there. He's usually going to be on the left side, as you're going to see. I'm going to take a peek and he's still there. Wait for him to leave. Call it out. He'll start running back. That's when he'll get back there and the sword bearer will come out. That gives you a good 20 or so seconds to start dropping the knights on each side and start preparing the safety of the sword bearer to get up there and start wrecking them out. As you can see, I'm getting into position right now. I'm going to drop the 2 knights. 2 shots for a 31. It's 3 shots for a level 30 or lower. So quite easy to do. I suggest you guys leveling it up. Of course, I mean, depending on what icebreaker level you have. But that's that. So here is, I just skipped ahead instead of you seeing the future of that right here. This is the final sword bearer kill. He's about to enrage, actually. Enrage is near, so we have like a minute to get up there and do this stuff. But he's at such low health, there's no big deal. We had one mishap earlier where sword hippity-hop issue. It happens. But he's dropped down to his knees, just like we like, and he just goes in there and finishes him. I pick up the Mida multi-tool. Poliolio ends up getting a no land beyond. I also get the Hunger of Crota and some energy. Let me know your best drops from this. Take care, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully you enjoyed. Hit the like button if you did. Have a great evening.